Hi everyone, welcome to Bounce Author Spotlight. I'm Shruti, I'm the marketing lead at Bound, and today we have with us Baba Karanveer, who is the author of Nusqe. Baba has been born and raised in Bombay, but has also been a flight attendant for the last 15 years, and he's here to share some of his experiences, some of the nuskas you can take home with us, and to talk about his book. Welcome, Baba. So happy to have you here.
First of all, thank you for inviting me and giving this platform to share about Nusqe. Yeah, and very excited for this. Yeah.
So, could you tell us a little bit more about your motivations for writing this book? What brought the idea of putting Nusqe out there in the world?
So it all actually started in 2020. It was during COVID, when the world was hit by COVID. And I was, when the whole world, the entire world was locked down, I had the opportunity to travel because of my job. What you were seeing in news, what you were hearing, I was actually there. I was present. I could see people falling down. I would see what was happening in Italy, what was happening in China. I was scary, to be honest. Yeah. Uh, Flashback, and let's fast forward to 2021. I After traveling almost around 1.5 years during the peak COVID, I returned back to India, and my friend's family, they were having fun. They were telling me, about what happened. How did you never got COVID? So I never got COVID. Yeah. So I, funnily and jokingly, I said, it may be because of my dadis and nanis nuske, and I've been following that for years, since we been brought up like that. So kind of started reflecting on it, and I still remember my first aim was to really, see whether there is a book on Nusqe, because every household has a Nuska. You have it, I have it, and I started doing research, and I think around 6 months I came to know there is no book. There's nothing like Nusqe. So the book came into light, Then that's how I started writing Nusqe, and then there was a lot of research about it. But that's how I think the Nusqe was born. Yeah.
And looking at the cover, it's super fascinating. It's this Indian superhero who's punching what looks like germs in his face. So, what was the idea behind that as well?
All right. Yeah. So for this cover, yeah, there was a lot of brainstorming for this, to be honest. Now I believe, when especially there was COVID, everyone was looking for this one thing, because there was so much uncertainty, fear, and we all kind of were looking for that one superhero, and we all actually, daily life look for that, So every Indian during that time, I think, became a superhero. We were, subconsciously or even unintentionally, we were helping each other, not even realizing that we were actually helping, and we were doing it that because there was no vaccine. We're talking about before vaccines, yeah. So we were using nuskas and we were, helping each other. And if you see the cover, that's the Indian flag, so that's how it is. This is your Corona. And yeah, so there was this one person who's helping, fighting, and trying to save the world, and I guess, yeah, that was the reason. Yeah.
So when we talk about fighting illnesses or ailments, we always have this one person in our house who's always like, oh, you should do this or you should do that.
Yeah.
For me, it was always my mother, and she was trying to put kadha down my throat, even though I hated it. So who was this one person who always was, giving you these small nuske in your household?
It would be my BG, my nanny's mother, so my great great grandmother. Still remember, and she lived till 100. Like my mother's family has a line, people who live more than 100, all centenarians, yeah. And BG was the one who was like the in-house doctor of our family. So it was, we still remember, like, she used to give us this one thing which was called sort ki goli. And during childhood, like, we never really cared about it, we would just take it. It was nice, made with jaggery and everything. But now, especially during these last few years when we've been taking it, but I think that's like a miracle goli, like a miracle ball, you should have it. So it was BG, and she had everything, if something happened in the house, like my mother still reminds me, she tells me that there was, could be, any small thing happened, she would have this one, little nuska, she would apply, she would give you, and she would not let you go to the doctor. That's how she was raised, to be honest. That's how her upbringing was. So I think it's my BG. Yeah.
So in all these nuskes, there has to be one that you enjoy? Because it's all about eating and or drinking a remedy, right?
Yeah.
So what is one that you enjoy and what is one that works really well but you hate taking at any point?
There's this one, there are actually few, but the one is Karele and Amla ka juice. You know, when you, even, that word itself is
Yeah.
Karela. No, we don't want that. So even if, when I see it now, like, and it's something which in our house we have it, my mother has it, like, daily, to be honest. Not daily, but I think once or 2 days. You mix Karela, Amla, and you also have a little bit of rock sugar, I think, yeah, to, get the taste of it. But yeah, that's something which we haven't, but it's something which I still run away. I see it and I want to run. It's like a punishment, I think, sometimes. Punish him. Karele.
Is it like an immunity thing or is it for something specific?
It is. So you mix Karela and Amla, it really kind of like boosts your immunity to another level, But yeah, the taste, no, that's something which you don't want.
And what is one that you enjoy having?
Uh, One I enjoy having would be for sure, if you ask me, is kokum ka sharbat. Yeah, I mean, we got sharbat, but kokum ka juice is something I like the taste of it, and it's really good for your immunity. It's a very simple thing, but it's superb.
I honestly did not know that kokum sarvat was. How, can you tell us a little bit more about
So
how it's good for you?
yeah,
Great excuse to
so
have some more of it.
yeah, exactly. So once it's very refreshing, it's a very summer drink, and you avoid putting sugar to it. Just take kokum, you know. If you could just boil it a little bit, yeah, and then have, instead of sugar, try to put a sweetener, which could be like a jaggery powder to it, and then have it. Yeah, basic, good, and try to have it in the morning, empty stomach. It kind of like really boosts.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really cool. So if anyone needs one more excuse to drink kokum sarvat during the summer, now Baba has you covered.
Yeah. And this actually,
Go on.
there was the story. If you read Nusqe, it goes back to Goa. Friend's mother, she introduced us. Mrs. Braganza. It was her birthday, and she told me that it actually comes. There is a community of Anglo Indians. And if you go far beyond, it goes to like 15th century. So that's how old that is. And in Goa, it's actually very famous as well. But yeah, that's the whole story. That's how I was introduced to this. Yeah.
That's very cool, actually. And during your research for the book, I'm sure you must have come across something like, oh, every Indian household has one version of this. But was there anything that you found that you were like, I can't believe this actually works? What even is this?
I believe, as I said in the start, every household has one Nusqa, every family has one. And if you see universally, I think it would be haldi ka doodh. We all, most of the time, everyone has it. At some point in your life, you must have had haldi ka doodh. Uh, when you talk about haldi ka doodh, it's actually become very, very global, to be honest. If you go to Amsterdam, Singapore, you have these turmeric lattes. Some people call it the golden milk. Some
Yeah.
people call it like the miracle Indian milk. And that actually works as well. For me, it's always worked. I know people for whom it's been working for years, for centuries, and then that's the reason now it's got the attention of the entire world. Haldi ka doodh, and people have different recipes for it. A friend of mine, when she took Nusqe, recently, she went to Romania, and she actually tried this, and she then called me. She was with her mother, I still remember, in Bucharest, the capital. And she said, Baba, see what we're having. It was a video call. And I'm like, what? And I was trying to, figure out what is she having. Is this like some kind of drink? Romanians, they drink a lot. I'm like, what drink she's, but it can't be alcohol with milk. Like, Baba, it's your Nusqa. We're having haldi, and she pronounced like haldi ka do, like that. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, Baba is turmeric milk. So yeah, it's so nice that it's just been a month, and like someone calling from Romania and telling me that it's really helping them. Great, yeah. So haldi ka doodh, that's the one. Yeah.
And one that you are very skeptical about, like, I can't believe this works, but it's there anyway.
That would be Aliv ke dane.
It's Ali.
Yeah, it's the red seeds. Yeah, and I still remember when you go back to Now this one is something I remember, Kanyakumari. It's in Nusqe as well, and it was a summer camp when I went. Um, I was sick. I was very excited first of all to go to Kanyakumari. Like always heard about it. In the books and famous the legend of Swami Vivekananda ji. When he stood there, it was his vision to bring. He thought from standing there that to make India global. So my idea was that, like, wow, Kanyakumari. I felt sick in the train, and by the time I reached, I was like so sad. So we were staying in the premises. There was a temple, and there was Panditji. I still remember everyone used to address this old man as Panditji. He came when he realized, when he came to know that someone is sick in the camp. So he came and he asked my teachers what happened to him, and they said, he's been not doing well. So he came to me and said, "Don't worry, I'll give you something, and you will be fine. आप ठीक हो जाओगे," he said. So I said, "Okay." And I was young. So he gave this Nusqe. It was a leaf ke dane, and it was also made with milk and some spices. You won't believe. It was like a miracle. In less than 2 days, I was like up like that, and I saw Kanyakumari, and I still remember before going, I have this vague memory. We went to the temple and he was doing aarti and, took his blessings. And he said, always keep this. And this also told a lot about the history of it. But that is something which worked for me. I don't have it regularly, but yeah, that's something I think people should also try. It's not usually people talk about it. Yeah. That's the one.
So, like, now you mentioned your friend in Romania, and then you also spoke about, even though it was forever ago, your travel to Kanyakumari. I think as a flight attendant, you have the opportunity to visit so many incredible countries and spend some time over there. Uh, I'm pretty sure you've come across something like global Nusqe or some really specific remedies or rituals or just, even food that is local to those foreign countries. So, what has your experience been about with that? I'm sure you've come across such amazing things.
Yeah, there are few actually, to be honest. I still remember, so in 2014, I was in Nigeria, Lagos, one of the dangerous countries in the world. Never ever go there, to be honest. But so Baba being Baba, I said, okay, let's go, let's explore, let's go there. I went out and I did what I did. Had a great time, to be honest, but also very scary. I still remember there was a time there's a guy who just came across the road and put a gun on my head and he said, "Give everything." In the middle of the road in early afternoon. You're talking like everyone's there, and it was like so common, everyone, no one's coming to help, everyone's staring. Like this man has a gun on my head. Luckily, I had someone with me, and we had to, of course, give some money, but I was scared. So in Nigeria, a friend of mine, I had bronchitis early on in my life. And so sometimes I would cough, and with bronchitis, sometimes you can't really breathe.
Yeah.
So there is something called bitter cola. Yeah, I think it's called bitter cola, if I'm not wrong. And that's a nut, you know. Now that nut is also very ancient nut, like centuries old. And among Nigerians, it's very famous. So that is their nuska. What you do is you just chew them. You get in the market itself, chew them regularly, and I think within some time, if you make it as a habit, so it cures your cold and your cough, but it's actually for your bronchitis. Uh, I started chewing that. I took a bunch of it and had it for next few days, and especially when I had coughing. Yeah, bitter cola. Also, some people say that it was one of the, because Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola, actually, this guy who invented Coke, and if you see the factory in Atlanta, they say it was one of the ingredients used in cola. Also, the recipe for Coke is like a very big secret. But they say Coca-Cola actually was inspired by this. So that's one of the very, very different nuskas I've seen
Yeah.
in Nigeria. The other one would be in Japan. It's umabashi. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard about it.
Pickled
Yeah.
plum, right?
Pickled plum. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of people chew that in Japan, and it also helps you with your cold. Yeah, very very famous that one. But I never knew until I tried it.
Umeboshi has a really weird taste though. How do you like? I mean, I know a lot of people who've tried it and instantly hated it. What do you think? This is my random question.
Same for you. Instantly hated it. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
There's something, but it was different. Yeah. And we were having this in Kyoto. It was my first time I was visiting Kyoto. You know, like the whole, for me, Kyoto is like the Banaras of Japan. You know, like the whole cities of temples, you know, and it's beautiful. Like, it's such a pilgrimage. I was sitting by the lake. There was this one monk with some disciples, and there were a few other people. And I think that's when someone, you know, introduced me. I was just chilling, having it. Gave it the first time I tried it. Yeah. Other one is also very. This is fun. It's in Russia, and I was hungover and I had sore throat, and I was dating this girl from Russia, Marina, and she said I had to do a flight, you know, and it was really bad. She said, Bhavan, this, you know, I have this something, you know, which will really cure it. It's not a medicine, but it's a Russian medicine. Think about Russia. What is their medicine? Alcohol?
Alcohol.
Vodka. She gave me a vodka shot with ginger and can't remember what was, there was something else in it. Something from ginger family as well. So there are two things which are, and she said just have it. And I had it, yeah, and there was no sore throat. And I'm like, wow. That was weird, but yeah, that was Russian stuff for you. Yeah.
Great hangover cure. And so like the Russians to cure a hangover with more alcohol.
That's how they do it. And she said, and she actually specifically said, Baba, don't think this is not alcohol. This is Russian medicine. So that's your Nusqe for Russia. Yeah. So this is nice, yeah.
Also, this is a completely off-topic question, but in the beginning couple of pages of the book, you have a picture with a really cute baby panda. So I wanted to ask you about that. Do you always make time to go visit animals around the world when you have the chance? Are you a big animal person?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I love animals to be honest, and it's something which I make an effort to try. You know, to see animals around the world, and there are so many to be honest. The panda is my favorite. I can never forget that experience in my life. That is early 2012. I remember. There is this giant panda base in Chengdu, 1 hour away from Chengdu. That's where you can really go and get close to them. A lot of formality, I remember. You have to do a medical test that time, you a consent form, and they observe you for 24 hours before they let you go. After all the reports come, so next day you again come back and everything's sorted and they clear you, and that's when you can actually go and hold the panda. And for me, panda was, you know, teddy bear, a live teddy bear. Imagine a teddy bear you're holding, a teddy bear which is actually moving and, you know, with life in it. It was a very, very surreal experience. I can never forget that. And yeah, so I take times to, you know, time to go out to see animals around the world. The recent one, just yesterday actually, I met a wombat. Wombat is also very, you know, endangered species in Australia. You only get in Australia. That's it.
Yeah.
And only place, there's this place called Australia Zoo, very famous. You see in a lot of shows, you know, it's run by this Iron family, if I'm not wrong. So we went there, and that's the only place where you can actually get close to wombat. You again have to fill up a huge form, and you know, but it was good, you know, like something different. I've never seen something, you know. So yeah, that was a great encounter to be honest. Yeah,
How large was it? I've heard like wombats can get super big.
it was very big. Yeah, it was actually this big. You know,
Wow.
they eat corn. That's their favorite food. Corn, and there's one more. I think I'm not wrong. I'm not sure. What is it? Is it sugarcane? It's corn and sugarcane. I think that's two things I've seen. And thing about wombats is when they run, and if you're in front of them, they will actually destroy you. They're still that powerful. Yeah.
That's,
So
yeah.
that and also one more recently. It was an eagle.
Oh.
Yes, eagle as well. Yeah.
Fun fact, apparently wombats can crush predators' skulls with their bum.
Wow.
Yeah.
This I didn't knew.
Every time you learn something new.
Yeah.
Mm, okay. So, with every Nuska that you've written about, you've also written a small anecdote or a story that goes along with it. And I think a lot of them are super relatable to us who have grown up in Indian households. So, when you do travel, I'm sure you take your set of precautions because you're going to new environments, new weather changes, and with the rapid weather changes that are happening right now. Do you have like a set small bag of instant Nuske that you travel with? Or do you know that, okay, if I'm going to this particular country, I have something to fall back on? What is your flight preparation like?
So I have a very small bag, yeah. But a lot of these countries have restrictions, yeah. Especially in the West, you have, like you can't really carry food when it comes to. So, but there is this, yeah. So I usually my mother, she makes it when I come to India. I always take it. It's like these small, like small balls, like goalies, which has tulsi, neem, adrak, and black pepper. Yeah, this is her nuska. It doesn't have any name to it. Yeah, this is her way of preparing it, and so I always call it a mom ki boli. So I always have that. Uh, I have honey. I try to keep it, but again, some countries you can't even take that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the basic few things, and I try to look, to every country, wherever I go, try to try their stuff, talk to people, in flight or maybe with my crew, we go from there and ask them, is there something I should try, something which is healthy. Health, is like one of the most important factors these days as well. So, and that's how you actually, try these different nuskas around the world as well, and it's fun. It's nice, something new to try. Yeah.
So, in your book, you've hypothesized that our belief and use, like Indians' belief and use in all these nuskes, including homegrown remedies, and with a lot of focus on eating better and using natural remedies, may have helped us escape COVID's intensity, maybe, or maybe we didn't feel the heat of it that much. So, do you think you have that observation because of your travels during COVID itself, or maybe your personal experiences because you said you had also not gotten COVID?
Yeah.
So, how did you come to this hypothesis?
Okay. Let's go back to COVID. Yeah. If you see, even now, forget that. Even now, when you're here, you can open this page where it's official information. India today, as of today is 27th February 2025. We still stand at a rate of 99.9% recovery rate of COVID. That's where India stands. I know it was bad that time. Yeah, it was heavy, you know. But when you comparatively throughout the whole world, we are still there. Now, I'm not just saying it just because of the Nusqe. There are a lot of factors. A lot of credit goes to the scientists who made vaccines, everything. But Nusqe did play a very important role during that time. And the credit should be given to our ancestors, to our dadis, nanis, mothers, nana, dada, everyone who made it centuries back, Now, coming back to the question, what happened during that time, when COVID happened, there was a lot of uncertainty, there was a lot of fear. No one knew what is happening. We were we were like we were fighting an enemy, but we don't know who is the enemy, and you fighting an enemy without a weapon. There was no weapon. In India, because we had Nusqe, that eventually started becoming a weapon. The Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Singh Modi, he mentioned about Kada. He said that, have Kada. It's a champion. If you go to the Ministry of Ayurveda and you see all these Nusqe, it's already mentioned. Now, what happened when we started using Nusqe, it kind of, I think it gave us that, it gave us that security, it gave us that comfort, and nothing is more powerful than being together. So there was a lot of, what do you call, there was a lot of collectiveness, and imagine the whole society, imagine the whole culture, when they come together, you know, and when they believe in one thing, it it is more than enough for your mental health. And during that time, we're talking about pre-vaccines. Once your vaccines came and everything came, of course, there was a lot of help. Yeah. But I think Nusqe really helped us, and that was enough, and that's where the superhero came. As I told you, every family has a superhero, and we're all helping each other in some way or the other. Yeah, I would put it like that. Yeah.
And what did you do specifically to keep yourself safe as a flight attendant who was flying during COVID? Apart from the masking and all, of course.
Yeah. I was having so I also became very conscious. I was having literally every Nusqe what I've been mentioned, every day, just to also for some excitement, I would try something new, share it with my friends, and yeah, and just to boost your immunity. See, Nusqe is not for treatment of a disease, so don't get me wrong with that, but it's not for your treatment of any disease or illness. You have to go to a doctor for that. Nusqe is just to boost your immunity. And if your immunity is good, you might not need to go to a doctor because you won't fall ill. That's where Nusqe came in picture. That's the whole concept of Nusqe. So yeah, I was trying all these different Nusqes, jeera water, ajwain pani, and I still remember the kalonji seeds, the black seeds. My uncle, he told me about it, very specifically. So remember in Bhopal, yeah, he mentioned about these miracle seeds, and also mentioned in a lot of Islamic texts about, if you read about them, they're also very good. So yeah, I was also doing all these stuff, trying different Nusqe.
So if the reader were to pick up a copy of Nusqe,
Yeah.
what do you want them to leave with? Like, what is your final message that you hope the reader gets through your book?
Okay, so it would be first. I wish they feel a little nostalgic when they read about it. Comfort, gives them some kind of security. A reader who picks Nusqe, I hope it takes them to their childhood. If they have, when their mother, father, nani, dadi, grandmother, anyone who could have, given them the Nusqe, it takes them back to that. And for someone who's never tried Nusqe, I hope it kind of like sparks some kind of, curiosity. Okay, what are these Nusqe? What is this actually? I should try it. Because at the end of the day, it's all about your health. You go to a doctor, first thing they will ask you, do you have stress? How's your immunity? Two questions, simple as that. So we're talking about immunity right here. So yeah, why not? And Nusqe is one of this tagline which I always say is it's India's gift to the world. The whole point of writing Nusqe, one of the reasons was in India we have it, right? Every household has one. The concept is about sharing Nusqe with the entire world. And if a person who's reading Nusqe, at least if it has helped one person, I think Nusqe would be a huge success for me. And spread the knowledge. There is a very famous quote, it's called Vasudev Kutumbakam. It's a Sanskrit quote. It means the whole world is one family. Yeah. So Nusqe, I hope Nusqe makes the whole world one again, irrespective of the borders and the boundaries we have. And we all become one family, but just by sharing this knowledge and helping each other. Yeah.
That's a very nice sentiment to end with. Let's do a quick rapid fire. After a tiring flight, what is your go-to Nusqa?
It's honey with water and like manuka honey, especially. Yeah.
Have you ever shared a Nusqa with a crew member from another country and then they've come back to you saying, hey, this worked?
Yes, I've shared this one with a Mexican friend of mine, and it was Guduchi, Giloy juice, and really worked for them. Yeah.
If you had to create a flight attendant survival kit, what would go inside it?
Ginger, turmeric, tulsi, and honey and lemon for sure. Yeah.
What is the strangest Nusqa you've ever tried?
Strangest Nusqa I ever tried? I think it would be lizard soup in Hong Kong. It's very strange, but in Hong Kong, people have it when they have your what do you call like very fever. And I had this in Hong Kong. Yeah, it is.
Okay,
I want to try it again.
I'm pausing the rapid fire because please you have to tell us a little more about the lizard soup.
Okay, in Hong Kong, if you go, there is this place. I can't remember the suburb name. Is it Myeongdong? No, Myeongdong is in Korea.
Yeah.
There is a suburb, very Kowloon. I think it's Kowloon. Yeah. So this place, there's a train station, Kowloon train station. Behind it, there's a small market. In that market, there's this lady who specifically sits and only sells lizard soup. It is known to cure your fever, cold, and specifically I think sore throat. All these three things, and trust me, it's packed. I went there. I don't have it again. But yeah, that is the strange, and it really they really believe in that. Like they really believe that cures. Yeah. So
Did
that's.
it help you?
I only had what a little bit of sardi, like a little bit of cold that time. So I had the soup, and I think it was good. Yeah. I mean, I was just fine the next day.
Do you want to describe the taste?
The yeah, it had a little bit of ginseng in it, so you
Oh.
got a lot of ginseng taste.
Okay.
Yeah, to it, and there was I put a little bit of chilies inside, like a chili paste, just to avoid. But you can't see it. The problem is that if you see, you will never have it. It's that bad. But yeah,
Okay.
that's the strangest part.
Lizard soup. Okay. If you could bottle one smell that reminds you of home remedies, what would it be?
Adrak, ginger, 100%. Yeah.
So what's next for Baba?
Uh, so next for Baba is going to be I'm writing my second book. It's about Iran. Yes, it's also a true story. Want to show what happened with me in Iran and how Iran is being portrayed in the Western media, but Iran is a beautiful country. And yeah, that's something which I really want to do, and I'm working on it, and that's one of the books. And then also the ghost stories, true ghost stories of a flight attendant.
That both of you sound very exciting.
Yeah, that's fun actually. The ghost story is really fun. It happens all the time. It depends how you believe, how you take it, but it's a fun one. Yeah.
Do you want to share a short ghost story with us?
Oh yeah, why not? The short one would be okay. So there was this friend of mine. We were in Moscow, and we landed. We were supposed to go out. Everyone came down except her. She was not down. So people get tired, after a flight. So we left her. Came back. I called her because she's a friend of mine, not answering. So I thought something's wrong. It's been like 6 hours. Went to her room. She had just fallen down. And we took her. Of course, we called the medics. And later, after a few days, I asked her like what happened because I came back. She said that when she came, entered the room, there was a mirror. Usually, when you enter a hotel room, there was a mirror. So she was looking herself in the mirror, admiring herself. The image of her in the mirror started smiling at her. And she couldn't believe. She went a little closer, and the image did like this. She collapsed. This is her story. Yeah. So in Russia, they say that if you want to know, there is some kind of these supernatural power, if you want to put it like that, or a spirit in your room. The first thing you do, you enter the room, go to the mirror, and you put your finger to the mirror, and it should just match. And that's the sign that okay, this room's okay. That's just one.
That's terrifying and a great way, I think, to end this conversation. Thank you, Baba, so much for sharing all your nuskas and for coming on this talk with us. For everyone who wants to buy a copy of Nusqe, we will be adding the Amazon link in the YouTube description below. And yeah, maybe next time, if any of you try a lizard soup, please do let us know in the comments. And you can follow Baba on social media. He's also a travel vlogger. We will put all those links below as well. And thanks again, Baba, for coming.
Well,
Bye, everyone.
thank you.